Hello class, I hope you're doing well. Today we're going to talk about how to take our linear equation y equals mx plus b and put it on a graph without any points. Previously we've taken lines and written the equation that the line is. This time we're doing the reverse. We did this with tables and word problems and calculated the points, but this time we're just going to use the y equals mx plus b equation. Before getting into that, I just want to review that m equals slope. Ain't no dope, m is slope. Remember, slope measures rise, that's the top number of the fraction, over run, that's the left to right action of the equation. For this, though, we're going to start by always graphing towards the right, so moving left to right. And then B is the y in the sky intercept. So that's where the y line that goes up and down hits the graph. And that's going to be our first dot. So remember, keys for today. Ain't no dope, m is slope. And we're going to start by making our first dot on the y line. That's on the y in the skyline. Here we go. So I have my template here, y equals mx plus b. Notice that b is blue, like the sky, and this is my y line where the graph's going to first hit the b. I've got my m here is 2 over 3. Notice that it's positive, so this line is going to go uphill from left to right. But the first thing I'm going to do is put a dot on I'm going to put a dot on the y-intercept. So I look over here and my b is 4. So I'm going to put a dot right here at 4. Now how do I know it's this 4 and not this 4? Because it says plus 4 and the 4 is positive, so the dot's going to go here. Because this is blue, I'm putting it on this line. I'm not going to put my first dot on the green line. So I come over to the y in the skyline and I draw a dot, and then from here I'm going to count up 2 and then 3 to the right. Now remember, I'm counting corners, so I'm going to count up 1, 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. And this is my next dot right here on this corner. And then from here, I'm going to count up 2 again. 1, 2, and over 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. If I wanted to, once I have this pattern made, I could count down 2 and then 3 to the left. 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. And notice that it's still a line. Now I'm not done because it says graph a line, so I actually need to draw the line. So I want it to go through all the points the best I can. Remember, lines go both directions forever. So in summary, you are going to start by making a dot on the B, which is on this line, and then you're going to count up and to the right, place a dot, up and to the right, place a dot. Once you have that pattern, you can draw your line. If you want one more dot or two, you can work the other way. Let's see how this works with a negative slope. Here again, we're going to graph a line. The equation of this line is negative 2/3 x plus 8. Remember that the fraction or number attached to the x is our ain't no dope. It's our slope. And our number that's all by itself is our b. B for begin. So we're going to begin with the first dot at 8, positive 8. So I start here at 0. where the x line and the y line come together, and I'm going to count up to 8. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's on the 8th line, so I put a dot. And then here it says 2/3. Remember that the 2 goes with whatever symbol's out front. No symbol's positive, so we go up. A negative out front means down. So I'm going to go down 2. I'm going to count 1, 2. And I'm not going to put a dot yet. I need to move over 3. And this is always to the right. So down 2 over 3. 1, 2, 3. I put a dot where the corners of the grid lines come together. And then from this dot, I count again. I count down 2 because it's a -2, and over 3 to the right. Down 2, 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. I place a dot in the corner of the grid line, and I'm not done yet. I need to draw the line because it doesn't say graph the dots. It says graph a line. If I wanted to see how far it goes this way, I could count up to, but this time what I would change is the right to left, just so that I make a full line. So up to 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. Before I place the dot, I'm going to see if it lines up. Looks like it does. Up to over 3. And then I'm going to try to draw the line the best I can, connecting the dots and going through the dots because a line goes in both directions. Let's say that it was a -8. If it was a -8 on the B for begin, I would go to my Y in the skyline, and I would go down to -8 way down here and put my first dot. And then I again would count. Now, I'm out of room on my graph, so I'm going to make this up 2/3. So I'm going to count up to 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. And because I changed this, this is now going uphill. So up 2 over 3. Has nothing to do with the 8. I just ran out of room on my graph. Up 2, 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. I could go up 2 more. 1, 2, over 3, 1, 2, 3. Oops, right there. And now I have enough room and enough points to see a pattern. And I'm going to draw a line all the way through that pattern. So this is the line y equals a positive 2/3 because it's going uphill. That's 2 over 3 x with a -8 because my begin is at -8, where this one was the original y equals negative. I should change colors here. Y equals -2 over 3x. And do you remember what the b was on this one? That's right. B is on the y in the skyline. B is +8, so I'm going to write +8. Have a good day.